Hi, this is Julie Thompson reporting from IAB's annual leadership meeting in Miami. I'm here with Frank Addante, CEO and founder of the Rubicon Project. Hello, Frank.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming. We understand you're taking the stage with quite an august group to talk about ad tech. Can you tell us what's going to happen in your session?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I know there's a lot of smart people on the panel, and I know Doug Weaver has a pretty exciting format for it, where we're going to spend 3 minutes talking about our respective businesses and how we contribute value to the ecosystem. And I understand he's got some folks in the audience that are going to come up with some zinger questions for us on the spot, so it should be good. I don't think it's going to be certainly not going to be your average panel.
So ad tech is really one of the hottest topics lately in taking some of the complexity out of the process and enabling marketers and agencies to buy digital. Tell us about why now is the time for great ad tech.
Well, I think the time was probably 10 years ago when we made the promise that internet advertising is going to provide this huge reach, this one-to-one capability, and be more efficient than broadcast or print. And the fact is that it hasn't been. It's actually more complex. Advertisers have to spend way too much time and money just navigating the ecosystem, tracking campaigns, getting them placed. It's still a business that's very manual, and there hasn't been this technology underlying it to make it more efficient, deliver on that promise. So I think we're at that time now where the market's gotten so big and there's so many different buyers and sellers that it's really a requirement, I think, for the market to grow from here.
Mm-hmm. And as one who's founded, I think, 5 different companies over the last 10, 15 years in the space, what are you seeing on the horizon that people should know about?
Well, I think the market is actually evolving very much like other markets that are marketplace centric. So if you look at financial services, there's millions of buyers, there's millions of sellers, and there's automated technology to make that process more efficient. It's known as NASDAQ and other exchanges. You also have other markets like real estate who have the MLS. You've got ticketing who has Ticketmaster. So I think looking forward towards the future, I think this market is going to evolve very much like financial services, where there will be continued growth in the number of buyers and sellers. I think there will be continued growth in the technology that's going to automate it. I think a lot of this is going towards real-time trading. And I think the days of talking about unsold inventory versus sold inventory or direct sales versus indirect sales, I think those are going away, and it's really going to be about the question of, was the order placed and executed and managed by computers or by humans with telephones and fax machines?
Interesting. So do you think that's been the number one obstacle for marketers and agencies to buy digital, is the process, the friction in the process?
Hands down, absolutely. There's no question. If you talk to every advertiser, every agency, they say it on panels, they say it in these events that it's too complex, it's too risky, and it takes too much time for them to just go spend $1 online. And until we could solve that problem, I think that's the big elephant in the room, right? I think we need to address it and make that go away before we could talk about data or targeting or more complex technology systems, right? I think it's the efficiency that needs to be solved.
And will that help also, measurement and metrics, obviously, will that help with that end of it as well?
Certainly, but I think we are almost creating too many metrics and too many measurements and throwing it at the advertisers and the agencies too quickly. So I think it becomes a little bit of too much rope for them to hang themselves with, right? So until we could really nail the efficiency issue, I think throwing more at them is just going to create more complexity, right? So let's go solve the efficiency thing, and then we can make those metrics more effective.
Is there anything else on your mind as you come to annual leadership this year in Miami? Any other issues you think we should have on our radar screens?
I think the main issue is the efficiency one, for sure. I think if you look at the market as a whole and look at all the great companies and the great technologies and the great people that are here at the conference, it's really exciting, right? There is a lot of growth, lots of new innovation coming into the market. It's a market that's maturing, which is great. And I remember conversations 4 or 5 years ago where people were talking about consolidation or the number of companies shrinking or ad networks going away or RTB not being real. And I think we're seeing the opposite, where There are more companies that have entered the space. There are more ad networks. There are more DSPs, which is a whole new category that didn't exist over a year ago. But there are more exchanges coming into the market. There are more data companies coming to the market. There's more measurement companies, more advertisers, more agencies. So I think we're going to continue to see growth, which is good. And I think that growth will be supported because I think it is a market that can support many buyers, many sellers, and many technology solutions that will power them.
Great. Well, thanks for giving us that big picture look. We really appreciate it and value everything you're doing at Rubicon Project. Really.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.